channel. My name is John. On this channel, we talk all things physical media, movies, music, and books. If you're into that kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe down below for more of that kind of content. Friends, this is a community challenge, a response to that was put out recently by my friend Tim at Tim Talks Talkies. Awesome guy, really fantastic channel, always putting out great stuff. Recently put some amazing out and about videos that I really would recommend you check out. And one of them I was actually hoping to meet him on, but I got sick. Couldn't meet him, which I was super bummed out about. But anyway, he's a great guy with a great channel, and he recently put out a community challenge, an event we can all participate in, of sharing our top 25 films from the 1970s. And so I love these videos when Tim does these. He puts a ton of effort and time into these, and they're always so well done. So I was really excited to participate in this one, but I would confess to you, I go into my Blu-ray.com app, the decade that I have the least amount of films in by far is the 1970s. Like all other decades, I have like way more. The 70s, I don't. I will say this about the 70s. I have a ton of television from the 70s. I just don't have a lot of film from the 70s. So anyway, I will be actually sharing with you my top 10 films from the 70s because I only own 14 films from the 70s, 4 of which I recently picked up and I have not yet seen them, so I can't put them on my list. But I will show them to you what ones I've just recently picked up. But I am going to show you my top 10 films from the 70s and how I would rank them in my collection. So again, friends, head over to Tim's channel. I'll put all the links below in the description and participate in this. You can also participate by just leaving your list in the comments below or head to his channel and put your comments on his video. But anyway, it's a lot of fun to do. Tons of other content creators are putting up their lists and they're really fun to watch through, and I'm getting some ideas for my list because I clearly need to have more 70s films in my collection. So anyway, friends, this is my list, my top 10. But first, here are the films I've recently added to the collection from the 70s that I just haven't watched yet. All right, so these are the 4 films I've just added to the collection within the last week, but haven't had a chance to see these yet. The first one is Patton. Looking forward to that. I love the cover art on this one. Next, we've got this one I found sealed at Goodwill for $2, A Bridge Too Far, and the cast is unbelievable in this one. So really looking forward to checking this one out. This one, super excited to watch. This one is Dustin Hoffman in Kramer versus Kramer. Meryl Streep's in this one. Really looking forward to this one, seeing their performances. And the last one, also picked this one up this week, is American Graffiti. So these are 4 films from the 70s I do have in the collection, just haven't had the chance to see them yet. So anyway, here are my top 10 films from the 1970s that I have in my collection that I've seen and how I'd rank them. So coming in at number 10, this is a Criterion Edition film. This is, for you Criterion fans, 1140. This is from 1972. This comes in at number 10 for me. I wasn't overwhelmed by this film. I wanted to be, but I wasn't. And it is Buck and the Preacher. I'm a huge fan of the cast here, obviously, just legends, and big fan of Criterion. But at the end of the day, when I watch the film, I'm a fan of Westerns, I just wasn't overwhelmed by it. I didn't love the film, but I really liked it. And so it's in my collection because I like it. I only keep films I like. And I will watch this one again, but it doesn't, again, it's not super high on my list of 10. But anyway, so coming in at number 10 for me is Buck and the Preacher. Coming in at number 9 for me, this is from 1976. Stars one of my all-time favorites who you're going to see multiple times on this list. And this is the Bad News Bears, Walter Matthau. I am a huge fan of Matthau, and so I have quite a few films of his in my collection. I just absolutely love it. This is a really fun, irreverent sports movie. So if you've never seen it, I definitely recommend you check it out. A lot of fun. So we get the Bad News Bears at number 9. So coming in at number 8 for me from 1979 is Rocky II. Huge fan of the Rocky series. I love all the Rocky films. Rocky II is a fantastic film. Huge fan of it, but it does come in at number 8 for me in my, again, only 10 from the 1970s. But for my top 10 in my collection, Rocky II comes in at a solid number 8. Coming in at number 7 from 1979 as well is Star Trek, the motion picture. I am a monster fan of the Star Trek series. I love the original cast, love the Next Generation cast. This is a great film. I will say, out of all the films, this one kind of gets the most heat for being just overly long and maybe even slow. But I'm a huge fan. I love the building it does throughout the film. And I'm a bit of a Star Trek nerd, so I love it. Huge fans. This one comes in for me at number 7. Coming in at number 6 from 1974, and I told you we would see him again. This is Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau in the Billy Wilder film, The Front Page. Anytime you put Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau together, it's going to be fantastic. Huge fan of both of them together. Their comedy is brilliant, in my opinion. Major fan. This is a release by Kino. If you've not checked this one out, I encourage you to pick it up. If you have not seen films with these two gentlemen together, Matthau and Lemmon, I encourage you to pick up their films as well. So this one comes in for me at number 6. Coming in at number 5 from 1978, this one is a film that just blew me away with the performances, and it's an intense film, and it is The Deer Hunter. And you have, the cast is unbelievable. De Niro, you've got Meryl Streep, you've got Christopher Walken, and seeing these actors so young and putting on these powerful performances, I was captivated from literally the first to the last minute of this film. And it's intense, very intense, some very intense moments in this film. Yeah, it's definitely got to be on my list. I only have 10, but it's got to be high up in this, in the middle. It's number 5 for me. But if you're a fan of De Niro, Walken, Streep, you've got to have this film. At least got to check it out. I know some people only want to watch it one time. It's a one-time watch for them, but intense film. It comes in for me at number 5. Coming in at number 4 from 1974, again, we're seeing him one more time on my list, Walter Matthau, in The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Many of you may have seen the remake with John Travolta and Denzel Washington, and that is a solid film, but in my opinion, this one far outshines that film. I like this much, much more. I love the other one. The remake is great, but this is an outstanding film. You see Walter Matthau in a bit of a different role than just his comedy stuff, but he's amazing in this film, and this is a really good one. A lot of intensity. It's great. It's different than the remake in a few key ways, but still really, really outstanding. This one comes in for me at number 4 of The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Coming in at number 3 from 1975, this one is on everyone's list. Maybe you're thinking it might be higher on my list, and it is amazing. This is really tough, these next 3 films, but this is number 3 for me, and it is Jaws. Fantastic film. Obviously, we all know that. It's amazing. There's nothing else I can say about it that hasn't already been said on everyone else's video, on every review video. It's amazing. Must watch. A great summer watch. And but anyway, for me, it comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, 1977, Star Wars, A New Hope. This is an amazing film. We all know that. Again, these are films you just can't say anything more about because everything's been said. But this is one that for me, I grew up watching old VHS recorded off the television versions of. And so this is just really fun for me. Just great memories tied to family and growing up and being a kid. So this comes in for me at number 2, Star Wars, A New Hope. Coming in at number 1, 1976. If you know me, there was no question where this was going to rank in my ranking, and it is the very first Rocky. It's the greatest. It's amazing. It's my favorite of the whole Rocky franchise. It sets everything into motion. Huge, huge fan of it. If you've never seen it, you are missing out, friends. You should definitely check this film out. I had the great privilege, maybe 7, 8 years ago, they re-showed classic films in my local theater, and this was one that they were showing, and I absolutely had to go, and I watched it for the millionth time, but I was in tears at the end of it, because getting to see it on the big screen, the big sound system, it was just amazing. So for me, coming in at number 1, films from the 70s in my top 10, it's got to be Rocky. Tim, thank you so much for inviting us into this community challenge. It's always so much fun. You do an amazing job with all of these challenges. So thank you so much for the chance to participate in this. This is my top 10. I wish I had 25 for you, friends. I don't. I've got 14, 4 of which I've never seen. But those are my top 10, how I would rank them. Again, you can comment below your list. Head over to Tim's channel. That will be in the description below. And share with him your list. You can email him, Instagram him, whatever. But anyway, participate. It's a ton of fun. It's really fun to get to learn from each other, films from certain decades that we just didn't know about, wasn't on our radar, or being reminded of films that should have been on our radar that we knew about, that we need to add to the collection. It's a ton of fun. So anyway, Tim, thank you so much. Friends, join in. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching as always. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.